the challenge mode set from Miss of Pandaria. I like that.
Flipping a table there as well.
Oh, he has a Spectral Tiger. Oh, look, but do you see that he's got the Tabard of Frost? And wow, what a great! I'll rate Naj's Mog 8 out of 8. And then I don't know, great team name. I think the best Mog is Burly What.
Yeah,
He's got a fresh Mog.
We've got our rating, just Mog competitions. Just walk up to the catwalk in an arena.
Exactly. Wait, what is that mount? It looks like a wolf dead thing. I don't even know.
Garn Nighthowl, I believe. But the gates are about to open here, and I believe the team of great team name is going to be popping all their offensive cooldowns in the opener, trying to land that triple fear if they can get them out of stealth.
Yeah, he's just leaping out, trying to get pieces out here. Shifter Cutie still staying itself, so he can't get stopped or anything like that.
Nearly almost got him out of invisibility right there. Oh, actually, they got him out with that fire.
Oh my god, Naj just caught in that full bash without feint available. Maybe they can half Stormbolt him too and get some extra pressure on him. But I don't think they're going to go for that. They do get the full clone onto Green TKO with that bash on him. And now Naj is popping that Shadow Reflection. There's the Bark Skin and Shamanistic Rage, and Vigilance coming out onto Burly What. He still has a Shamanistic Rage, and Shifter Cutie already had to use his Trinket. Now a full offensive clone onto Burly What, but that's already Vigilance and Iron Bark used by great team name.
Actually, the Shadow Step kick on the Shifter, so he can't cast right now. It's a beautiful kick by Naj. Looking like they're going to turn the pressure onto Green, but
he gets
again,
the full clone
here's the
onto
recklessness.
pieces.
Here's the recklessness pop out, immediately answered with an evasion, but he's still getting chunked down really low. The Cloak of Shadow has to be popped.
And cheap shot onto Green TKO, Garou onto Burly White. He can't stop this. There's a full clone onto Green TKO, full Kidney onto Burly White, and full Sheep onto Shifter Cutie. Perfect 3v1 by Santos Dexterity. Now just popping that Adrenaline Rush and his on-use Trinket. Burly White only has a Shamanistic Rage, and now there's a full clone onto Shifter Cutie. He has nothing left. I think Burly White might go down here. I don't think he can get the Rallying Cry, and he's just going to die.
That was an intense amount of burst right there. Again, in the opener, you have to note that Shifter actually uses Trinket really early, expecting a lot of damage with that blind. So I think that Santos Dexterity actually baited that a little bit because when he got blind, it didn't seem like there's any pressure on either side going at the time. So he might have been able to sit that and save his Trinket for later. But again, it's a very good series played by both teams. And again, Santos Dexterity will be moving on to the semifinals, I believe.
Yes, that is correct. Let's open up this bracket, and we're going to move them forward in this ladder. It's a good thing that I did all that prep work. You see, guys? Bam.
So again, they're going to be going to Verson Tempo Storm, I believe, in the semifinals. And then we have the bronze match as well.
So, next up, we do have Tony from the Bronx versus Wad Squad. So let's give me a couple of seconds. I just got to contact these teams and make sure that they're ready to go. In the meantime, let's pass this off to the Shoutcasters.
As we just get awkward silence.
Hey, it's your cue.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say
we're supposed to talk,
If
right?
you're wondering what expansion it was, you could see pieces coming in here in the stream chat saying it's WAD. So if you didn't know we were playing WAD, this is WAD. And, yeah. And someone said, I'm killing it, but I think the only person being killed is Naj's enemy, so... There's that. Naj with the killing spree. Taking everyone out. Any jokes from you, Sven? I got nothing left, man.
What do you call an MDPSing druid in tree form?
I don't know.
A combat log.
Okay.
I can go on, but it's gonna make the entire stream cringe.
No, I think that was solid.
Okay. I'm glad we got that out of the way. Oh, I got wild jokes for days.
Okay, so it does appear that both teams are, in fact, ready to go. We're going to have, what do we have here? Wad Squad versus Tony from the Bronx.
Seriously? It should just be, like, Sid Compton as their team name. Or Sid Compton. Because his name's
Just
Compton.
name the team, Supatees.
Well, no. Sid Compton, because like Compton, because like instead of being from the Bronx, they can be from Compton. You know what I'm saying? That'd be a better team name. I think they need to swap it up.
We're actually queued into this game, and it's going to be the first game of the series. So we're going to be handing this off to Indy for that intro.
Okay, guys, this is the last series of the day. We're going to talk about a couple of key points regarding the tournament afterwards, but let's roll this intro for this game.
So we actually have a Walking Dead versus a Turbo Cleave. So a pretty much similar matchup in terms of pressure. We actually also have Super T's playing on a Resto Druid. So he's probably going to be casting himself while playing these games. So we're going to see what both these teams can bring as the
Solid open. Okay. Yeah, I think that Windwalker DK might have the advantage in this matchup, but I'm not really completely sure of this. I do know that Turbo, with their consistent pressure, can be very lethal for Paladins, but also that burst damage that Windwalker DK can get scary. So right now, not too much is happening. I think Troll's just trying to build up his stacks right now. He goes for that sap onto Super T's, though, and he's out of form, so he's going to go for that full leg sweep on him. Super T's already having to use his Barkskin and his Trinket. He's trying to get away at this point, but that's already crazy pressure for us out by great team name.
Actually looks like going to be targeting Nuts as the primary kill target rather than going on the Monk, but Born actually being switched to pretty hard. Is he going to have the bubble? Probably the Bop? No, actually he's choosing to save that inside save, but like...
He's running away, getting these Wog heals onto himself, and Trill TKO is a little bit low at this point. He's doing what he can to stay in this game, though. But Super T's, remember, he has no Trinket left or Barkskin, so if he gets stunned, especially... of this incap, so he gets full incap. He's not going to be able to pre-Iron Bark this, and I think he might actually die here. This is the Fist of Fury with the full stacks here. I think they can get more damage on him. They have a full Hodge, but they actually get completely peeled by Tony from the Bronx, so I felt like that was their kill window.
We're actually taking a lot of damage, maybe even having to force a bubble here, but Saberlight does proc, so it's going to be keeping up quite nicely along with that Wings, but he's still getting chunked down into the full bash. That's going to be bubble.
That's going to be bubble. Interrupting each other a little bit, just like that Turbo Cleave was interrupting Borngood's heals. And AMS comes out by Nuts. He's going to be popping that Icebound Fortitude. Super T's is taking tons of damage here. He has no Trinket. He's going to pop Barkskin, but he might actually die through that. There's Vigilance on him too. Strangulate comes full, but he's going to just die through everything. Or is he going to be able to live? They do have the Rallying Cry come at the last second. That was Barkskin, Rallying Cry, Iron Bar, everything. Tony from the Bronx has used every single cooldown, but I think they're going to be able to live here.
It's actually saved by a global because he's almost at touch of death, but Born is still taking a lot of damage, actually forced to bop, and they're actually just...
Oh, they purged it off, though. Borngood is in so much trouble. He has no more save ability luck proc. He can get charged under here. He's going to die from the execute.
It was pretty funny at the end right there. It was very close, but both teams at that point were just like, all right, we're just going to train each other's sealers, see who kills what first.
Oh, wait. I think they're still in this. Super T's might actually die. Here's that 23%. Gets Grit back at 11% HP. That Sword Reaper's not going to take.
I think he's going to stabilize right now. That was very close. That was very, very close. But sometimes in those matchups, you actually see them just go on each other's healers, and whoever they kill, then it will be a 2v2 situation. That's happened a lot, where it'll just be a 2v2 situation because they'll kill each other's healers at the same exact time. So it happens, but it's very, very, very close to Super T's dying. Actually, he was saved by a global right there, because I believe it was just like a half a second sooner he would have got touch of death. So very, very close match.
Indeed it was.
Okay, we are waiting on excuse me, we are waiting on Wad Squad to pick the next map.
My guess it'll probably be Tiger's Peak or Dalaran.
Tiger's Peak or Dalaran, yeah. I think we could definitely see that coming out there. Maybe we'll just go for the runes. Maybe they're just gonna run at each other. They're just ready.
I don't know about Monk though, because Monk will have the option to port just in case he does get swapped on. So I'm thinking maybe you'll be a place where they do have ledges. But you know, you could be right with the runes pick. But again, runes highly favors Turbo Cleave as well. So we'll see.
Yips TV wants more WoW jokes. Okay, here's a joke. Absurge's play. Alright, okay. I'm sorry, Absurge.
Right. You'll like this one because you're a hunter. Okay, so, a rogue and a... Okay, so a rogue and a hunter walk into a bar and each order a shot of whiskey. And before the rogue could actually down his drink, the hunter takes it and downs it in one go. The rogue turns to the hunter and he says, "Hey, that was my drink." And the hunter grins and says, "Multi-shot."
Ah.
There you go. All right,
nice.
the next cue does pop, and it's Runes Lowdown, so we're going to be handing it over to Indy for that intro.
Okay, let's roll it.
Howdy. So we have the same matchup here, coming out to Ruins of Lordaeron.
You were right.
And I'd like to see which healer ends up dying first here. I think I'm actually so surprised CVT's ended up living there. That was so scary. That second setup too, I thought he was going to die because he wasn't going to be able to get that pre-Iron Bark. But
we're probably going to see the same setup by WOD Squad going on Super T's trying to land that kill, because they were actually very, very, very close and would have landed a kill if it weren't for that global. But again,
yeah, I like what they were doing. Was they were hitting the Shaman a little bit just to get some hots on him, and then they would sap Super T's in human form, and immediately off that they'd go swap with the leg sweep and the Tiger Star Brew Stacks. But no, they're actually go for the pressure onto Tony Jr., and they have the half leg sweep on him. Shaman is Rage forces that Hodge onto Super T's. I don't think they have any more CC onto Super T's though, so I think he's going to be okay, but already we got a Shamanistic Rage, so not too bad. And Recklessness coming out by Losa, trying to get pressure onto Nuts right now. He's getting pretty low. His AMS just fell off. He's at 50% HP. So Losa getting so much pressure right here. I think he might go for a swap on a Born Good very soon. And
Trill actually dipping pretty low. Born actually having to pop his wings in order to keep his team offensive here. But looking for the cross CC onto Super T's. Maybe a switch.
Oh yeah, he's waiting for the A-cap on him. Oh, and they get the full Hodge onto him.
Actually going for the switch. Super actually ends up getting out of that.
And Barkskin. Yeah, he has Iron Bark left, but I think he can be in so much trouble, especially because the Death Knight has Pillar of Frost available soon. But
Born getting chunked down pretty low, actually having to pop a lot of his defensive cooldowns to try to stay alive. And he's looking like he's going to stabilize again 1 second on wings, and he actually gets his entire team stabilized, and they're actually switching the pressure onto Tony here.
Yeah, definitely. Born Good has no more wings, so
here comes the next setup
for him. But full leg sweep onto Super T's. He's out of human form. He has no trinket left. He has Barkskin Vigilance coming out onto him. DR Hodge in the Fist of Fury. He has the Barkskin available. He might be able to live here. I think he will. They still have Rallying Cry left, but Super T's has almost nothing left. If WOD Squad could just live just one more setup, but he has no bubble. He's on forbearance, and he has no save by the light proc. I think this turbo is going to end up killing Born Good right now. He has no wings. He's got nothing left. They get the full bash on him.
He immediately gets
double shockwave onto Trill GKO and the half charge onto Morgan. He's trying to live. He's running for his life. But there's a full clone of Trill, and I think he's going to get executed. And that's going to be it for the WOD Squad. And Tony from the Bronx, they're going to send him back to the Bronx.
Oh man, very, very close series. And even though they took that 2-0 lead, there was many times where they actually almost killed Super T's in those setups, because those are very serious setups. But in that entire matchup, you just see both teams just kind of equally trade out, at least with the healers, just cooldowns for cooldowns. You'd see Super pop his trinket, and then you'd see Born pop his bubble. And it would just go back and forth. And even though Born had his trinket at the end, it's not going to do too much versus a turbo cleave because of that pressure.
Nice. I like that. Congratulations.
And I believe that's going to be our last match of the day, actually.
Yep.
So
tomorrow we'll have the semifinals with Luminosity and Santos Dexterity going up against each other. So now this was a really strong... Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, I just want to go over a couple of things really quick before the end of the stream, before we lose too many people. We do have a confirmation that we will be having another tournament after this one. I did mention this earlier, just in case anyone missed it. In January, towards the end of January, probably, we're going to be having another tournament with another prize pool, and we're going to try and make it a relatively big tournament, because, you know, you have people like other tournaments that are doing it more consistently. We're going to try and do bigger tournaments on a little bit less of a little bit more infrequently. This tournament, we did end up having about 20 teams sign up. Now, there were a couple of DQs due to some people not showing up or having internet issues, stuff like that. Overall, we still have a lot of teams during this tournament, and I thank you guys so much for spending your Saturdays watching this tournament with us.
Huge shout out to all the teams that signed up, because this is a huge turnout. So even though we were missing a lot of people, not a lot of people, but even though we're missing some people, it still is a pretty big turnout and some pretty exciting games, even though I'm a little bit of cringe commentary, though.
Well, tomorrow. I mean, MGN is still young. Thank you guys so much for supporting more WoW esports. Now, we know WoW is going through a little bit of a rough time right now, but we're trying to stick through it, and we're trying to provide you guys with tournaments that you can watch. And by all means, you know, give us feedback. We want to know what you want us to improve on, stuff like this. And